Welcome back to Summit Sunrise, guys. Patrick over here at Craniologie, and I'm being joined right here by Chris. How are you this morning?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Pretty well. Summer's finally here, finally made it. It's in full swing, you know?
Yeah, sure is. Everybody's starting to get out on bikes and all of that. A lot of fun.
Yeah, biking is definitely one of the most used activities, I think, here in the county during the summer. We have these sweet pedal assist bikes, so why don't you tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we have Pedigo branded bikes here. They're all the electric bikes. So we have two options, and then the pedal assist, as you mentioned, are the Class 1 blue bikes that we have here. Now legal to go up on the rec path and around Frisco, around Lake Dillon and all of that, so it seems to be a huge hit with people. But we also have Class 2 bikes where you don't necessarily have to pedal. You can just use the throttle and control your assistance via the throttle too.
Okay. Almost like a moped, almost to a sense.
Sorts. Yeah, definitely. Now, you can still work as hard as you want with either of these two options, but that Class 2 does give you the option to just use the throttle and maybe take a little bit off.
Okay. And those you don't need a license for or anything like that, those moped style?
No license for anything. We typically use our Class 2 bikes more for tours around town since they aren't allowed on the rec path. So that seems to be a pretty good option, going up some of those moonstone climbs and Boreas Pass and all of that. So there are some pretty steep elevation climbs that we do have where it is nice to have that throttle there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of large climbs. I mean, we live in the Rocky Mountains. These guys help you a lot. Do you see more of your clients being older people, younger people, near, far?
So yeah, we get a lot of tourists in town, coming in from around sea level or obviously not, over 9,000 feet is going to be quite a difference for most people, even if they are used to biking in longer distances. It's just that elevation gets you. So these pedal assist bikes really have seemed to help out most tourists and, just everyday people who want to get out and explore Summit County and all the great things that we have to offer out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, these things, how fast can they propel you? Like, what is the speed cutoff?
Yeah, so they're governed at around 20 miles per hour. With that being said, you can go about 20 miles per hour uphill too. So the batteries and motors on these things are really, really good and strong. And they're an absolute blast too.
Yeah, 20 miles an hour is pretty easy to hit. Not easy, but more easy to hit when you're going flat. But once you start going up hills and you're used to going about 6 miles an hour, now you're doing 20. I can see that being dangerous if you're not usually on a bike. So you guys take care of helmets as well. So how can you help people out there?
Correct. Yeah, we go through the full fitting process with helmets. We take the time to measure each individual's head and really see what is the best option for them depending on head shape, what features they're looking for, all of that. So we kind of play around and, it's really what the customer wants and prefers.
Absolutely. That's great that you can offer all of those different options. Now, you said you do tours. Is that just around town? Do you go outside of that? What does that entail?
So yeah, our tours are more in and around Breckenridge. So we stop at a few historical sites and landmarks. I'm not going to spoil everything. But yeah, it's about 13 to 14 miles around Breckenridge. Takes 2.5 to 3 hours. Really is a lot of good information and a good time with a local guide who knows what he's talking about. So
that's a cool, different perspective than people can get just getting onto the gondola or going around, just walking up and down Main Street. That's what everyone comes and they just know Main Street. So getting them away from that, I think that's pretty awesome. Now, where are we located? This is kind of like right at the start of Main Street?
Yeah, so Main Street starts a little before, but we're located at 101 North Main Street, right on the intersection of Ski Hill Road and Main Street. Prime location. Stop by, check us out when you're walking through town, pick our brains. Really, we just encourage everybody to come in and check it out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. So, yeah, stop on by Craniologie. It's right at the start of Main Street. We're going to head back now into the studio with Scott. He's got a road report to let you know how they're looking this morning.